Guys, welcome back to the acoustic shop. It's me, your good buddy, Jackson. I'm back with this awesome Eastman, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're actually talking about picks again, because we have so many new picks that I want to talk about. Now, I did bring back some just to kind of give you like a little bit of a comparison. I brought out this awesome E2000 slope shoulder from Eastman just to, get a little bit of a tone comparison, But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Got some things I want to tell you about, especially with the new picks that we have in. We've got quite a variety now. But the one I'm using isn't one that we sell. I need to put that away. That's mine. That's my personal pick. Don't take it. You can't buy that one from me. Now, you guys know that we love our Daddario Picks. I have a couple that I didn't really go over last time that, I just went ahead and opened them right up just to, get a little, just to try them out, just to try some new things here. So I will say we've carried the teardrop shapes here for a long time. You know them, you love them. That's really just the best typical shape of a guitar pick, I feel like. That is just the most comfortable for most players, especially starting out, especially if you don't know anything about different pick shapes or, the varieties are just too much for you and you just don't want to deal with it. This pick shape is pretty dang good, I gotta say. It's pretty typical, and I love it. I think it's a very comfortable shape, and I think it sounds good when you play it too. But now we have a lot of different materials out here as well, and that can definitely change the sound of the pick and the playing. So just to kind of give you a quick overview, so over here, I want to start over here actually. This is our typical acoustic shop Delrin, or Daddario has the Duralind Picks. Now, you've seen these before. We have them here. You've probably gotten some from us because, we sometimes will throw you a pick every now and then. Now, these Delrin material picks, I absolutely love. I love these picks just because they sound great. They feel great. They don't slip around. They don't fall out of your hand and everything. Come on in. Have a good time. You're welcome to come on in. So this one, I definitely feel like this has a great texture to it for people who, play a lot of gigs, hey, might get a little sweaty up on stage. This is a good material for that because it's just really not very slippery. It's got a little bit of a grip to it, a little bit of a texture to it. And it sounds great against the strings too. It's just got a good balanced sound to it. Just very, very nice material. I highly recommend Delrin Picks. Inexpensive too, very inexpensive. I think we sell those picks for like 35 cents a piece. Now, we did get some new Daddario Shapes. This is the same material, a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. And we do have these shapes available in other materials as well. A little bit different, maybe a little bit smaller on those prime tones, but we'll get there, Now this one, definitely for people with bigger hands or people that just prefer to have more to hold on to while you're picking. Sometimes it can give you a lower sound too, I feel like. I feel like you can get a little bit more low end out of these. But definitely super comfortable still. I like that non-slip material that's on there. That texture is really nice, I really like that Delrin material a lot. Highly, highly recommend those. Now, very similar to that, these Clayton Picks here. Now this is kind of a different blend. It has a similar texture to it, but it's a little bit stiffer. This material here, it doesn't flex as much. And I think a lot of times for me, because it's bigger, it has more low end to me. But if it were in like a teardrop shape, I feel like it would be brighter than the other ones. But still, super comfortable to hang on to. It's not going to slip out of your hand as soon as you go rocking into some crazy shredding, But it's going to stay right in there. Now, we do carry those in a 1.26 and a 1 millimeter. I felt like those were just good, gauges that most everyone would gravitate towards and like, A lot of people do like a little bit of flex in their picks, but not me, okay? I don't like any of that. I don't like my picks to move around a whole lot. But I did pull those out here to get a little bit of a tone comparison though. So up here, we have nylon, we have what they call celluloid, and cortex. Now nylon, this is a very flexible material. This is probably the heavier gauge that we carry up there. This is a 0.75 millimeter, and it's still very flexible. And a lot of people who do a lot of strumming will really, really like these this material. And it's gonna be hard to tell like actual tone like differences between these picks, you know, especially with this mic and everything. It's really more the feel that you gotta come in here and try out. It's the feel of all the different picks, because the way that it hits the strings, the attack, the bite that you get out of it is completely different with all of these different materials. So this one, like I said, it has more flex to it, and personally, I don't typically like that. I like the pick to just stay as it is. Now this one is quite more flexible. This is a 0.50. This is a very, very thin pick. Great for strumming. Oh, that has a big difference there. That's a big difference. Much brighter. If you're just strumming some chords, that sounds great. I think that sounds really good. But again, for me, I'm just not used to that flexible nature there. I'm just not used to that. So that's gonna be hard for me to get used to that. You know what I mean? Now cortex, this is a very stiff material. This is also one of the bigger picks too. This is a 1.25. So this is, you know, you're not supposed to get a lot of flex out of these, really. You know, this is kind of supposed to stay pretty stiff, you know. But this one, it's got a little bit of a click to it. Once you get right up on the strings, I feel like it's got just a little bit of that like plasticky feel to it. But that's not a bad thing, especially if you're playing up here. Feels really good up there though, and that's why I really like these picks, because honestly, like, there's not a whole lot of flex going on. If I was to try that with this, it sounds good, but it feels so wrong. That just doesn't feel right to me. I don't remember who I heard it from, but the analogy I always go with is it's like writing with a rubber pencil. You know, and you're trying to write a whole lot of stuff out, and it's just not working. That just doesn't work for me. So, all right, moving on. We've talked a lot about those picks. Now, some new ones we have here. This one's an interesting one. This is a Clayton pick right here. That's shisham wood. That's a very interesting one. Now, this one has that groove in there for you to kind of, you know, hold on to it a little bit better. But has a very interesting sound, very sharp point as well. Did I knock this out of tune? Sounds like it's out of tune. It feels pretty good. Honestly, that groove's in a good spot. I like where that groove is. I almost would move it down just a tad bit more, but I actually really like where that sits. It's a bigger pick too. Lot to hold on to there. It feels good. I like it. It feels good. It does seem to, that material seems to kind of grab onto the strings a little bit. Like there's a little bit of friction once you kind of get on the string. But once you push past it, I like the sound that it creates. Now this is another new one. This is actually made out of horn. This is horn pick. That's crazy, but they do have the bevels on the edge there. Now this is definitely more like the shape I would like, typically. That's a little bit smaller than your typical Jazz 3, your typical Jazz shape pick. A little bit smaller, but I really like the way it feels and sounds. I've played with this one quite a bit, and it feels super comfortable to me. This is more what I'm used to though. So for strumming though, not a lot to hold on to for me, you know what I mean? So, but it still has a really cool sound to it. And I really like the bevels because for me, I'm constantly changing my pick direction and which way my wrist is going. So like typically if I'm doing like some crazy speed stuff, I'm going to be angled in about a 45-degree angle. And that bevel feels great for that. It just glides right across the strings there. I like that a lot. But it has it on the other side too. If you're a weirdo like me and you go the other direction, still feels pretty dang good. Not gonna lie. Now one pick shape that I was really excited to get was the Dunlop Flow. This one is an interesting one. It's like an in-between between the teardrop, like your typical teardrop shape, and one of those triangular picks there. You know, it's kind of an in-between between those. And I love this shape so much. It's got plenty to hold on to. It's got a sharp point. I think this one's a 1.5 millimeter. So this is exactly what I want out of a pick. That feels so comfortable to me. I love that. It just makes me want to I just want to shred now. Because it just feels so comfortable to me. That's what I like those a lot. I highly recommend the Dunlop Flow. If you get the chance to try those out, highly recommend it. They make those in Cortex, I think, or Ultex even. This is their standard grip. This is kind of like the prime tone material, but it's just slightly different enough to not be a prime tone. But it's basically like an Ultex material, if you're familiar with that. It's a very stiff material. It has a little bit of a clackiness once before you break them in. Once they get broken in, I feel like these are the most comfortable shape to me. The Dunlop Flow is a super comfortable shape just because it's just enough to hold on to. It's not sticking out too far where it's uncomfortable. I like those a lot. Now, I did break out, I don't think we talked about this one last time, I can't remember. I did break out the old prime tone. The old prime tone picks. Now, you jazz guys out there are probably going to really like these just because it's not sharp. Honestly, it's a polycarbonate pick, very stiff. I mean, it's 3 millimeters. This thing is huge. It's absolutely huge. But it doesn't feel uncomfortable to me. It has a nice warm tone to it because it's got that rounded edge to it. I feel like the round edge really does warm things up quite a bit, you know. That one feels actually really comfortable. That groove where it's at is in the perfect spot. Highly recommend checking those out. Especially if you're here at the shop, definitely ask us to get one of those out for you so you can try it out because that is really comfortable. I actually really like that one quite a bit. Definitely has that clackiness when you strum on it. But feels comfortable, even if you get in an angle. Oops, sorry. Even at an angle, you still can get a little bit of a bite out of it. Now, the prime tones here, the Dunlop prime tones, these are some top sellers here. This is like, if you want a blue chip, but you just don't want to really, go all out on a blue chip, these are a great alternative. Now, I will say these take a minute to break in. They take a minute to really get used to for me, especially this shape. This shape's kind of just hard for me to get used to. There's a lot of volume there. There's a lot of tone and volume there. So I dig that one quite a bit. Let's see. I don't think there are any that we haven't got. Oh, we didn't go over the Golden Gate. The Golden Gate. How could I forget about this one? Now, this one is completely round. So if you're like me and you're an angled picker, that's probably not going to be the best option. This is for parallel pickers only. Great tone to it, but like I said, if you're an angled picker, that's just not gonna work. You got a parallel pick. So great tone to it. Definitely a lot of surface area for you to, get underneath the string if you need to. But again, you're gonna have to really dig into it to get that volume. And you really want to keep that parallel too, because if you angle even slightly, I feel like you might lose a little bit of volume out of that. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to go through all the new picks that we got in and show you all the cool new things I've been trying out. And now I do want to talk a little bit about this Shirtler giveaway that we're doing. This fantastic mandolin pickup we are giving away, guys. We're just giving it to you. The awesome guys over at Shirtler have provided us with this pickup to just give out to you guys. But it's not just any pickup. This thing is incredible. We did a review on it just a little bit ago. You can check it out on YouTube. Hear it for yourself. Now this, I have to say, I have not tried one of these since I started working here. But when Jeremy plugged it up, I was very, very impressed with how it sounded. Now it does come with this reusable putty, and you'll want to reuse it quite a bit just because you want to really find that sweet spot for this pickup, because it's not a typical transducer. This is a very high quality microphone right inside this little disc here. So when you're plugging this up to your mandolin, you really want to try some different spots out, really find that sweet spot wherever that might be, wherever you're getting the most tone, the most volume. Now, they've really gone all out sending us this pickup. So I want to ask you guys to go check out Shirtler. Go follow them. Go follow their social medias. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. Go check them out because they make some fantastic products. They make some fantastic amps. They make great pickups. I'm a huge fan of their products. We need more of their products here, but I just wanted to tell you that we're still giving this away. The last day is later this month. Go check it out on Instagram because it's going to be free, guys. You'll want to enter in so you can win this for free. It's like a $600 value. It's just free, just because the guys at Shirtler are so great. Now, this you can win. I think it's the 27th. It's a Wednesday. That is the last day you can enter. Go check out the post on Instagram to find out more details on that. Go follow Shirtler. Go check them out. Go see all the awesome things that they have to offer. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in for my Takeover Tuesday. And thanks for listening to me ramble about picks for who knows how long. I really appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. And you'll probably see me for New Guitar Thursday. I hope you'll see me for New Guitar Thursday. I hope John never comes back. No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding, John. I know you're watching. I'm just kidding. I hope you're back for New Guitar Thursday because I want to do that with you. All right, guys. Signing out for now. We'll see you next time. See you guys.